right, guys, so today we're gonna do a relaxed textured brush back on my client, Nestor here. As you guys can see, his hair is already wet, I already washed it out. One of the main issues that I encountered with him was in the beginning, he didn't have a crown. As you guys can see, his head shape tends to protrude a little bit on the back. So with anybody that has this kind of head shape, you really have to leave some of the bulk in the back. That way it looks symmetrical. It doesn't look more popped up than it really is. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim the top. I want to say about maybe about an inch or so, yeah. And the sides we're going to work the bulk. That way we give them that flow. And then we're also going to do the beard. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the exact taper system that I use on a daily basis. And then I'm also going to show you guys how I tackle the beard. As being the beard guy, I definitely want to share my secrets and help you guys out. So let's get started. All right. So first things first, let's bring my client down. Very similar to my other client. Very similar to all clients that I do. I like to start the back first. That way we get that out of the way and kind of set the foundation that way. So as you can see, it's very flat right here, but then it tends to round off like right here. So what I'm gonna do is going to locate where it rounds, which is gonna be like right here. So now we're going to take a profile section from the front. I'm going to comb all this hair out of the way. And we're going to assess it to see if we even need to cut it. So for the front right here, if you want a seamless brush back, you want to keep the front clipped away. Don't let your barber cut this piece because there's literally no hair under it. So just twist it and we'll reassess it later and just clip it away. So we're gonna take diagonal sections back graduation. We might not even need to cut anything. Let me just dust some things off. And I'm over directing backwards. Use a spine of your comb to kind of just push things away that you're not grabbing here you're not supposed to. Make sure that everything's nice and tight. So, oh shit, what was under there? Was that your pimple? Yeah, right here. You have a little ingrown right there. Sorry about that. Okay. Gonna over direct backwards. And as you can see, there's not really much to cut. It's just kind of just dusting the section off. And this is the last section right here. Over directing backwards. And that is it for one side. Let's do the other side. This is the side where he has the cowlick, so we're gonna have to take our time on this side. Yeah, you do it at all or no?
Thank you. No, appreciate you letting me borrow it, bro.
Sauce. So this is the side is where the cowlick is at. So you gotta be very careful with this side. The reason why you want to be careful with this side because the cowlick makes everything else offset. So we might not even need to cut on this side either. Take some diagonal sectioning. Let me fix my camera. So take some diagonal sectioning, try this way. Now be sure you get that little piece you don't want to cut. As we approach the back, this is where it tends to get a little bit more tricky. So we're essentially just dusting things off because we don't want to cut into the cowlick. This is the cowlick right here. Make sure everything's nice and tight, and I'm over directing backwards. As you can see, I didn't really cut anything because it wasn't needed. Now I'll take the top off. So now we're going to wet the top. Take that profile section from the middle. And since he wants at least a solid inch off the front, we're gonna do a triangle shape on top. So it's gonna be shortest to longest. The important thing with the triangle shape on top is that you want your fingers to be at an angle, opposed to it being straight like this. It won't be triangle at that point anymore. You want it to be at an angle like this. That way it's shortest to longest, but you still trim the front. And towards the front, we could run it off just a tad bit since he wants some of the length taken care of right here. So we're gonna run it off in the front and then move on. Grab another section. Same method, make sure everything's nice and angled all the way up. And how I said before, the front, we're gonna run it off just a tad bit. Keep that same angle. And in the front, you're gonna round it. This is our last section on this side before we start getting into the side. And you want to offset just this side just a tad bit because it rounds off a little bit on this side. So to contour it, you want to pull towards you just a little bit, but you still want to keep that same triangle shape. Yeah, again, like how I said, you want to round it the same thing. You want to pull towards you, round it off just a little bit. And that's that one section. To the other side. So on this side, you want to pull away from you since you're on the opposite side, but you still want to keep that same triangle shape. Now let's see how this lays. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Again, to keep that moisture into his hair, we're going to use Chartreuse Supernatural Serum. All this is just vitamin C. And we're going to use a little bit of oh, I think I got to throw that away. And then we're going to use a little bit of the Coastal Cream mixed together. Remember, you want to apply your product roots to ends. That way you get the most out of your product. And then how I was saying earlier, I'm only going to dry the areas that I'm going to work. That way we kind of speed things up a little bit. What the hell? My bladder just died. That's weird. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna line up everything. That way we have a foundation of where to blend. Get your comb and get all the hair to actually get ready for the clipper to feed into. Start at the C cups. Start at the top. And then start at the bottom and just meet it in the middle. And that's how you do a C cup. Very easy, very straightforward. Our first guideline. Try it like this. We're gonna line up behind the ear. As you can see, that's where his natural starting point is. So we're gonna start there. Get rid of all the fuzz. Overcomb this bulk right here. I'm gonna soften this up. Oh, good tree, bro. Not bad. Do our second guideline to our taper. Believe it or not, guys, these are not zero gapped at all. These are out of the box. Alright, so now I'm going to line up behind the ear, locate the natural growth pattern, which is right there. Comb the hair down. That way it's ready to be fed into the trimmer. One of the things I don't like about this trimmer is that it's a fine tooth trimmer. So I have to really make sure the hair is prepped prior. But other than that, it does really good lines. Not a fan of it for anything else other but lines. So grab this bulk right here and just comb that. Make it a little bit softer. Clean up this line right here. Comb all the hair down, prep the hair. Get out of the way. Start at the top. Okay. And then meet it in the middle. I like to do I just do my haircuts in sections. So if I'm doing the haircut first, I'm gonna wait for the beard. Damn. Hey Google, play music.
Playing on YouTube Music.
Cool. ¿Cómo se va hasta arriba? Is good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Start with our first clipper open. And don't overcomplicate this, guys. You really don't overthink it, so just stick to one system and just stick to it. So all the way open. If the bottom line is hard for you to remove, don't remove it yet. Do all the mechanical step first. What I mean by that is setting in the guidelines, setting all that in first before you move on. So now I'm using my number one. Open all the way. And you're gonna want to get into that C cup just a little tiny bit. But not too much because we definitely want to leave it as dark as possible. Close it all the way. And just soften up this line. Go into our half. And just remove that middle line and use your corners only. When you're blending, you're going to use your corners only. Close it all the way. We're going with our 3. Close it halfway. With our 1.5. Close it halfway. Go back in with your trimmers and adjust that C cup. Not pushing it up, just adjusting it. Soften up that bottom line. And rule of thumb, guys, whenever you're trying to remove the bottom line, and if you use a specific trimmer, that is the only tool that's going to get that out. Nothing else. Okay? So to remove that line, you're going to have to use the tool that you use it with, that you set it in with. Here's our shaver. I absolutely love this shaver, especially for like work like this. It works amazing, I'm not gonna lie. As you can see, as I'm getting closer to the top, I'm going down with it, because if I were to go all the way up, I'm gonna create a harsh line, and that's gonna be extremely hard to remove. This is why I like the single foil shavers, especially for tapers. They tend to do a little bit better job than getting a big old dual foil in there. Close it all the way. And start making that blend pop. Now I'm opening it all the way and kind of just softening up that line, creating that gradient from darkest to lightest. And I'm blending up. Attack those little dark spots. For a little bit more precision, I like to use my cutting, my 7-inch, no, my 6.5-inch Mizutani's. I like to just get in there and just get those dark spots out. A little too dark right here, so I'm gonna get in there and just graze this little piece right here. It's a little too dark. That's all you're really doing when you're blending. You're removing the lightest to darkest, and see what makes it pop the most. I'm getting our razor ready, and we're gonna do some razor work on the C cup. So I'm gonna client tilt his head just a little bit. Right there. I really like using these single, like dual, like I don't know what they're called, but it doesn't have the latch. It works really well. It took me a little bit to get used to it, but I can't go back to a regular standard straight razor anymore. I feel like I have more control over my razor work whenever I'm using this type of razor now. Plus, I feel like it has some weight to it too. So like anything has like weight to it, I use it as a counterweight, and it helps me use less strokes as I'm shaving. So when you want to get behind the ear, instead of doing this, you want to do this behind the ear, like this movement. So like this. That will allow you not to cut your client too. So with the back, now that we're here, same thing. Cool. Cool. So now we're going to bald out the neck and be very gentle, just because he does have sensitive skin, and not go too hard on the blemish areas. All right, so we're gonna start with our clip all the way open, set our guideline, and we're gonna use that C motion. Close it. Go up lever by lever, and I don't move on until I have one section all blended in. Close it. Open. Close. Open. Open up a little bit more. That bottom line sticking out. I'm gonna go in with our 1.5. Go all the way to the end. This is why I like doing scissor work first. It sets the foundation on how high I'm supposed to go. So right here is as high as I'm gonna go. All right. So I'm gonna blend all that in, open it up a little bit, and we're gonna soften up that top line. We're not gonna cut into it, we're gonna soften it up a little bit. Get our 0 guard, our half guard, close it in halfways, and work on erasing that middle line. And if you did these steps right, this is what it should look like. So since it's a little too bulky right here, I'm gonna soften it up with the clipper over comb. Be very careful that I don't take it up too high where I make another line. Work the taper line right here in the back. So let's work this head now. Open up all the way. Remember, for these type of guidelines, don't work that bottom line first if you're still starting. Do all the mechanical stuff first, all the settings, everything first, hit the foundation first, because then it'll be easier to take off later. So now I'm going with my 1.5. Close it all the way. Now I'm racing that line with the trimmer that I used. I'm going with my clipper halfway closed. Make sure it's clean. Use a brush, clean it off. Just work the dark spots. Just make it a smooth transition. Using number 3 guard, and I'm just working the area, getting my gradient nice and smooth. Keep these C-cups nice and dark. I'm being very cautious that I don't remove too much, because we want to refrain ourselves from using too much enhancements, because we want the haircut to last, not the enhancements. With enhancements, we're just going to cover up mistakes, and we're not doing that. We definitely want to give a good haircut first, master that first, and if we must, then we will put enhancements in later. But I feel like this is a needed. This is a 1 guard right here. I'm using my corners only to soften up this dark spot that I'm working on right here. You should start seeing your taper come together at this point. Open up all the way, and you're gonna work this little line right here. Switching it with my half guard to remove more of these dark spots. Same thing with my shears. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you guys how to clean up the beard now. And it's fairly simple. Just all you gotta do is grab a comb and just start combing everything out. It has to be specifically a wide tooth comb and also have some kind of shave gel or shaving cream on the skin. That way, in the meantime, the skin is already soaking it up. That way it prepares the skin for it to be shaved, because the last thing we want is razor burn. That is a horrible thing if you guys ever had it before. It is not fun. So the first thing we're gonna do, since everything else is being set still, I'm gonna work on the mustache. As you can see, the mustache is fairly long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a comb and just comb things out. Preferably a light color comb. I feel like if I can see the hair, I can see I have more control over it. So I'm gonna grab a little bit into the cheek as well. Just go in, anchor out, and trim all that. Trim all this. Same thing with this. Okay, so all that's taken care of now, we're gonna go in with our blade, and we're gonna use the spine of the blade, which is the middle. It tends to be the strongest point of the straight razor, and just make our first incision. It's not gonna be perfect. It's just the first guideline to kind of see where we're at. He does have a thicker beard, so be cautious and pull onto the skin. Have a comb on hand so that we can wipe the residue off. Get that sideburn in. And just work your way down. A good place to start is the mustache. I use that as an indication on how far I should go or how low I should go. And since he does have higher cheekbones, it's best to round it out. And in this case, if your client's skin can handle it, pull the skin up and shave against the grain. Put some air here in, bro. Like if you're gonna blow into a balloon. Like, mira. No? That's all I got you. We'll figure it out.
Your practice is okay.
Next time you come in, bro, I'm gonna have to test you, bro. All right, so now we got that out of the way, and we're going to work the back. And we're gonna work the spine of the beard. I like to keep it as wide as possible, and I'll follow the natural growth pattern as well. Typically for a trim too, I'll just work the stragglers and that sticks out. So I'll just grab my clipper of choice and just start grazing the beard like this. The beard is thick enough. If you've combed it out, it should pop out and it should show you exactly where to cut. Comb it out with the comb, with a white tooth comb. Revealed right there. Look up, bro, much as you can. So have your client look up, and the best length for the bottom is I usually take 2 fingers, place it on the Adam's apple, and it's typically as far as I go. That tends to be the standard, and it looks the most natural. It keeps you from actually pushing your client all the way up. Relax, relax. Now I'm gonna do the lip right here. I'm gonna just focus on just keeping it nice and clean. We're not making any pencil shapes, nothing, just kind of keeping it clean. Using our corner of the blade, clean up the mustache and just follow the lip. That is it. These little solo hairs on his chin. Yeah, the little GameCube. Brother,
I don't know.
be somebody.
I'm good. They can wait.
I'm almost done. So open up the clipper and just fit in that sideburn. We're not gonna go too deep. It's gonna follow the ramp right here where the ear hole starts. Just fit that in. And as you can see, I'm only using the corners only. Typically the JRL opens up more than a half, so I'll use that to its advantage. All right, guys, this is the final look. We cleaned up his beard, gave him a nice crispy taper fade. We didn't really take off too much length off the beard. The length off the beard, we wanted to keep the length fairly still thick, but just manageable. Fit in the sideburns, give him a nice crispy lineup. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe because the channel grows as much as you guys like my stuff, and I want to improve on it. So let me know. This is one thing you guys feel like you guys took away from this video, and that way I can just learn, right? You know? And what is one thing that you guys want to see as far as haircuts and beards and stuff like that? Comment down below. All right, guys. So this is the final look for the beard. If you guys have issues with it at home, this is what you can do, and this is what it should look like once it's completed. If you guys need more beard tips, just comment the word beard, and I'll send you guys my 10-step beard guide. That way you guys can actually do it at home, and that way you guys are not stranded, not knowing what to do with your beard. Because I get it, you know, beards can be very annoying, very thick, and very itchy. So that beard guide can definitely help you out. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.